All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Tim Vixay with my crippled friend. This is episode number 10. And I'm in the studio here with one of my buddies, Kip Johnson. Kip is a quadriplegic with the Portland Pounders. He's also a real estate agent. And he's actually probably one of my first friends that I made on the Portland team. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much, man. Yeah, I've known you for a little while.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about that the other day because we were out getting some beers, and I was like, God damn, I've known Kip for fucking ever. Like since
How long have you been hurt?
I'm coming up on 11 years.
Yeah, I mean, you came out right when you came out right when
It
you
was
got
like
out of
6
hospital.
months. Yeah,
like 6 months.
it took me about 6 months, and we went out to the Portland tournament.
Yeah.
And that's when like my folks met your folks, and my dad was talking with your dad, who shout out to Gordy. He's probably one of the best equipment guys in the league. Actually, no, I'm gonna just go ahead and fucking say it. Gordy's probably the best equipment guy in the league.
I don't know about that, but
Dude, that guy changes a tire.
he changes the tire pretty quick, and he can fix anything. But
with
he's a
no
knucklehead.
tools, and he's able to just rip off a tire,
Yeah.
slap a new tube on there. I'd say within 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
And he's I seen him change like caster forks out like
In a minute,
within
man.
an equipment timeout.
In a
Like
minute, yeah.
we were freaking out that one time. Lars's like caster just dropped out. We're like, oh shit. And
Dude,
Gordy's
I
like,
remember
"Alright, I got this."
Seth broke his whole foot plate off one time,
Yeah.
and they had it back out there in the equipment timeout and one bench timeout back out going.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
nuts.
just like that's and people don't realize like how valuable like an equipment person like that is on staff.
He's the king of jerry rig.
Yeah. And then that's what it takes, man. It's like sometimes things goes wrong and you don't have the right tool or the right part.
Yep.
And you're just like, man.
You ever watch that show Gold Rush? And they're always doing like bush fixes on just crap. They're always just, they'll break something and they just got to figure out a way to like make it work. And that reminds me like so much of my dad. And like rugby is just like, okay, all right, got a problem. Like, how are we gonna fix it?
Is that
Let's
the
figure it out.
show about the gold panhandlers up in like Alaska?
Yeah, the guys that it started in Oregon. Actually know some of the guys. They're from Sandy.
Okay.
And they went up to Alaska when it was bottom of the market.
Right.
09. So yeah.
One of my para buddies, I don't know if it was for that TV show, but he got to go up to Alaska to work with some of the gold miners up there, and he said it was a blast.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I watched that show and I dream about it, man. It'd be so much fun just being able to like go up there and drive equipment all day, and it'd be fun for a little while. Be a cool job for a little while.
I
until
thought
get
about, dude, before I got hurt, I was in mechanic school for heavy equipment, and I thought about going up to Alaska for a while and working on some of the equipment up there, but I was just like, God damn, that would just, I don't know
You
if I
make a
could.
bunch of money up there. I mean, I have a good friend that lived and worked up there for a long time, and he did logging, and then he worked on the North Slope doing oil drilling and stuff. And you
Yeah.
can make a crap load of money, but it's a hard life.
It's a hard life, and it's one of those things where it's like, is this really worth it?
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I thought it'd be cool to just go up there for a couple seasons and just work seasonally, and then come down and fucking have all the money you want to do whatever the hell you want to do. But no, yeah, just getting back to the rugby thing is like we met. I think we officially met at like the first practice that I went to, and that was like February 2009.
Yeah.
And it was just I didn't realize how much rugby was gonna like impact my life. It's just been able to introduce me to a whole world of people, and
I think that's one of the coolest things about rugby is, when a person breaks their neck, they get into just kind of a funk, and they're kind of, for me, example, I was a D1 prospect in track, and then, you break your neck, and then I was a pretty big football player too, and you break your neck, and you wonder what the hell you're going to do with your life, and then you go get into a sport like rugby, and you get around a bunch of guys and into a community where, you see all these guys living pretty normal lives, and, you go plow into somebody in a rugby chair, and you're like, all right, this is how I'm going to live my life now, so.
yeah, that's we don't ever really like focus on the disability on this show.
Okay.
But that's let's bring that up with you, because you're one of the more unique injuries that I guess there's two guys that I know that broke their neck skiing, but you were one of the first ones that I met. And like before my injury, I was a pretty big snowboarder and did a lot of stupid shit, ride where you shouldn't have, and do things that were, might have been considered dangerous. But what were the circumstances around your skiing accident?
Every year I got hurt. I raced snow skiing for my high school for San Barlow, and every year I got hurt worse and worse. The first year I got stuck, got thrown off a chairlift, fell like 35 feet, right? Bruised my feet like for a week. They're purple, and landed on my feet, skied back down the hill, got back on, and went back up. And my junior year, I went flying off a cliff that I didn't really know was there. Just young, stupid, flying around, and broke like a bunch of ribs and my thumb and my nose. And then the next year, I racing. We were just at practice, and I was probably going 65, 70 miles an hour, and went off a knoll, and not a huge jump, just kind of got a lot of distance, right? And when I came down, both skis like double ejected, and then I slid like 40 feet into the trees, and hit a bunch of little trees and a few rocks, and then hit one big tree, and that was it.
That was head first into that.
Well, I'm with my shoulder, so I hit my shoulder, my right shoulder, with a tree, broke 5 ribs on my right hand side, punctured a lung, 6 vertebrae, and that was it.
Jeez.
So it was a little crazy, and same thing, young, dumb, and always want to go fast. It was either going fast on a motorcycle, going fast on skis, see how high we can get, see how fast we can go, and caught up with me.
Yeah. I mean, it's eventually, that's what I always joke. Like, man, if there was ever like a miracle cure, and like, I woke up tomorrow completely fine, I'd be right back in a chair within a year to maximum.
I don't know about that anymore. I mean, I probably would be if there was a cure that would got me right back up and going again, but I don't know. I'm getting older now. Probably slow down a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah, there's a lot of toys out there, though.
Oh, yeah. No,
now we're older. We have a little bit more money.
That's exactly it, yeah.
We're like, you know what? Let's go try wingsuit. I don't know.
That looks like a blast.
Let's go check out one of those.
I'd rather have a cage around me, just get a fancy sand rail and have a cage around me and really have some fun.
Dude, we've been talking and fantasizing about that for so long. And I'm trying to figure out which one of us is going to finally pull the trigger on one of those. Because it's going to have hand controls, and we're going to let each other drive.
Yeah, win the lottery, and I'll make it happen. But,
fuck it.
It's I don't know. They're expensive, and if I was going to do it, I'd have to do it right, It's got to have at least 800 horsepower.
800 in a sand rail?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Let's go.
You're going to be, I don't want to curse you, but you're gonna be a high level quad here pretty soon.
That's good. It's got a good roll cage on it, right?
8 fucking horses. Yeah, it better have a fucking roll cage.
Yeah.
No, we have you driven like a Polaris Razor or anything like that?
I haven't. No.
Oh man, it's such a blast. Like when you we have one at the Oscar Mike compound out in Illinois, and it's the 1000 XP.
Yeah.
Fucking thing's been rolled over. I mean, way more times than that cage is due for a replacement, because I'm waiting for one of these times where it just rolls over and it just fucking thing just snaps. Yeah, but man, dude, that thing is so fun to drive. Like, I get more of a rush out of driving and jumping that thing than I do actually jumping out of an airplane.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
But yeah, when you
just having control, and be able to go that fast again and be able to
when you get the harness on
and I mean, I rode a lot of dirt bikes before I got hurt, and so it'd bring back all those memories real quick. I mean, I my cousin has a rail and a Razor, and so I've ridden with him, but I can't drive them.
Yeah.
Right. And me and my cousin have talked about building them forever, but just haven't bit the bullet and done it yet. I have bigger plans before I buy a sand rail.
Yeah, that's my justification is, man, they're just so expensive, and even in the used market, it's like, well,
and then the upkeep, man. Like, you take them out into the dunes, and you gotta clean them real well, and really do a lot of maintenance on it to keep them going.
That's kind of what's been holding me back from getting one is just because doing all the maintenance, like I'm used to doing all that myself, and it's like not being able to is going to be the most pain in the ass, where it's like I'm either going to have to pay someone to do it or, grab a couple buddies.
That's one of the frustrations of being a gimp, right?
Yeah, it's just like, well, fuck, I can do it. It's just you got to find the money or find the buddies and. Well, I mean,
that's one of the curses of being a gimp. You can't do it yourself.
Yeah,
that's one of the most frustrating things.
I don't know if you noticed I had my old QX4 out. We're gonna be wrenching on that a little bit later.
Dude, you're doing the Gambler, right?
Yeah,
that's gonna be so awesome, man.
The Gambler's gonna.
I gotta do that one of these years as well.
Yeah,
dude. I hope you gotta tell me about it when you guys get done with it. And I will definitely have to get me and some old buddies and jerry rig something together and make something happen.
Dude, the Mini. Take the Mini Cooper out.
Oh yeah. Do you mean all right? So just so you guys are all up on this story, just got a divorce, right? And I bought my wife a 1972 Mini Cooper.
Right-hand drive.
Yeah, it's a right-hand drive. Like it's a pretty cool little car, but it'd be a perfect way to just kind of send the divorce off, right?
I think the biggest fuck you
little middle finger
is just to have some fun. Just take the Mini. Spray paint the fuck out of it.
Dude, tear the top off of it and make it a convertible.
Yeah. Do whatever, dude. I mean, fucking take the hatch off, take the doors off, you know. Yeah.
That'd be hilarious, man.
Lift it up, throw some like 35s on it.
That'd be hard to do, but yeah.
We'd be able to figure out a way, man.
You could do it. You could do it.
That'd be fun.
Just put some extra wide axles on it and just like have the tires riding up the exterior windows.
Yeah, it's just like that one game we used to play in the computer lab where you get to like jack up this. I'm not even gonna go in. I don't even fucking remember the game, but yeah, no, dude. I'm really looking forward to doing that Gambler just because it's I guess a little background for those that don't know. The Gambler 500 is it's an off-road rally race that was originated in Oregon. And they're pretty much everywhere now, but the original concept of the race was to just complete this course, off-road course, over a course of like 2-3 days, but your vehicle can't be worth more than $500. So you get all sorts of just hoopties and things that are just thrown together, and it's just
isn't part of the course like kind of off-road as well?
Yeah, well, there's you're on the road and then you're off the road, and it's
like old logging roads, right?
It's kind of turned into its own thing. Like, I mean, there's people that are spending way more than $500 on their rigs now, but
just turned into a party.
It's turned into just kind of an event, and we rendezvous at a designated campground. They call it Gambler Town each night, and then the next morning we set off, and there's like different checkpoints that you're supposed to hit, and the more you stay off of the road, the more like brownie points you get.
Right.
There's not really like an official winner. I think there's like a Spirit of the Race award, and it's mostly just getting out there and having fun. And we're gonna be hauling
get together
out
with some friends, do some stupid shit, and
exactly. Yeah, it's just one of those. Yeah, and we went out to they started doing gambler nights at one of the local pubs out here, and me and my team that I assembled, it's myself and 2 other Marines. We went out to the gambler night, and the community and the group is just really welcoming, and they want to get more and more people out there, and we're gonna be bringing out some trash bags, and if we see a pile of shit and just garbage, we're just gonna pick it up and try to leave the place better than we found it. But so what we're using my old high school truck. It's a Infinity QX4, which is pretty much like a Pathfinder. But we decided that we're not going to put more than $500 in modifications into it.
You got to rat it up a little bit?
Oh, yeah. We're going to... it's already got this dirty brown, greenish color that Infinity decided to put on, but we're gonna rattle can the hood and put the Gambler logo, like a giant Gambler logo right on the hood.
Nice.
And just rattle can that on. And there's talks about maybe taking the doors off, and I don't know if I want to go that far because it's gonna get pretty dusty. But we're just trying to have fun and just see what it's all about. And if the vehicle makes it to next year, then I'm gonna put another $500 into it and just see how long
you can keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
And then if it becomes a regular thing, I want to eventually do a proper gambler and go on Craigslist and find something for like $500.
I have a buddy that did one with an old ambulance. And it was,
with an ambulance?
Yeah, it was hilarious, man. The thing was just thrash.
Dude, I think I've seen pictures of it on their Instagram.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, dude, there's people that are going out there with like old short school buses and limos and
a limo would be awesome.
A limo would be dope.
A limo would be awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking jack it up, that'd be the shit.
I think that'd be cool. And you take out the trunk lid and just mount a bunch of just like there's even a when you go to Gambler Town, they have like a little mini bike motocross track that they set up.
Right.
And my buddy's got he's got this Ruckus. So he's like really big into mini bikes, but I think one of these years I want to be like, dude, you got to get yourself a fucking mini dirt bike. And
don't they have like a race? Like they have a kind of a race like that too. Like they have like a kind of like a gambler little mini bike race where it's like you go and you can only spend like so much on a mini bike, same thing, and then you have to like it just who can last the longest.
Yeah, there's a lot of
whose bike lasts the longest.
For whatever reason, man, Oregon does a bunch of just quirky shit. And the cool thing is like you don't really need a whole lot of money to do it. Like
it's got some fun.
Yeah, and that's one of my big goals, man. Is eventually I want to get a side by side and go out to Dune Fest, because just we have some of the best dunes. Like
that's on a rail, man.
Yeah. Thing about the rail is like you can't really rock crawl with it. Like the side by sides, you can build them to do.
Hey man, as long as it goes fast enough, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, the thing
me,
about the
me saying I slowed down in my old age, and now let's go hit a 800 horsepower sand rail and see how fast we can go.
Cool thing about the side by side is you can build them to hit a variety of terrain.
Right.
But you'll never build a side by side to compete with a legit sand rail or even like a dune buggy.
Right.
But no, dude. Let's get back to let's talk a little bit about rugby, because I think most of the people on the show are going to be listening and talking about rugby. And where are you officially the head coach of?
Yeah, so I've been coaching. Officially I've been I think I've been the head coach for like 3 years. I took over for Ed served, rugby legend. He has kids that are in high school now, they're freshmen, so it's crazy,
insane.
man. They're born like the summer after I got hurt, and so for me it's like seeing them in high school and they're 15, I think they're 14, and it's like, what? Like that's crazy. And I can't imagine, but Ed spends a lot more time with his family and with his kids, so I just kind of took over 3 years ago, and since we won in 2013, we just kind of been rebuilding since. Lars and Seth and Will kind of all have kind of stopped playing, so we're getting there. Just rebuilding.
Man, it's been great to see like Portland. I mean, because 2013 that was the pinnacle of the Pounders, was finally getting over that hump, because for all those years, man,
5 years straight we took second place.
Yeah, those were the years I was on it. And we were like the Buffalo Bills, and it was just like, but to rebuild it organically is what I've always enjoyed. Is just
that's exactly it. I mean, that's one of the things with I had a big talk with our team last year at the beginning of the year, and just it's kind of we all kind of put goals out there of where we really want to go. We really don't want to bring in guys from out of town. We're trying not to bring in an international player. We really would like to, build a, solid team just from local Portland guys.
Yeah.
And we're getting there. We got some new blood. So, and I keep finding new guys all the time. So, hopefully we get back to that point. We might bring in an international player next year, just to, boost the level of our team a little bit and put us into a position where, we can really get some more D1 experience for guys, and just, keep building the program, keep going. So.
Yeah, we're speaking of new guys. I finally got to see Justin play, and it was really cool just to see how much fun he was having, like playing the game. Because you see a lot of these young guys that get thrown into the game, they kind of get frustrated, and he was showing some levels of frustration, but it was what was really cool was to watch him play against Zach Medell.
Right.
Zach, because Zach was down here for our Portland tournament, and it was just really cool just to kind of see guys of like similar levels, but of different experience,
different caliber.
Yeah, exactly.
It was good. I mean, I think Justin, again, kind of same thing. I'm really kind of trying to take it kind of slow with him and not put him into super high pressure situations right away, and just trying to get him to really fall in love with the sport. And I think he's really kind of latching onto it pretty well. And we'll keep working on him and getting him to improve, and we'll see where he goes. But he's a lot of fun to be around. It's fun to have I mean, shit, when I was first started playing rugby, I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and man, I was the youngest kid on the team for a long time.
Yeah.
So you came around, right? And then now I'm the old man on the team, and Justin's 20. I'm 30. I'll be 34 in a month, and it's crazy, like having a young kid on the team again, and just that different attitude, and having just different ideas. It's fun.
It's part of like the maturing process of like a rugby player. It's like you what I really liked about Portland was it was a good learning environment, especially when we were coming up. We had a world of Paralympic knowledge from Will and Ed and
right. I want to be where I am today without those guys.
No, absolutely
they taught me a lot. Not only in rugby but in just daily life stuff. So
yeah,
I really I really appreciate what they've done, and that's one of the coolest thing about rugby as well is getting into that community where you have guys that have been hurt for 15, 20 years, and they you're brand new, and they can really kind of give you some pointers on how to do things daily life wise.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, because I don't know how many like spinal cord injury groups you're a part of, like on Facebook, but I've noticed that the people that aren't playing rugby are more likely to like bitch and complain.
I don't think it's just about playing rugby though. I think it's about being in a community and being in some type of like sport atmosphere. Even if it's basketball, if it's just a different community of like-minded people that are like that want to go out and achieve something, right? Whereas if you're just sitting around doing nothing, it's they have a lot more time to sit around and bitch about their daily life.
That's what I was getting at, was like, for sure I've learned way more about the game and the rugby side of things, but like all sports aside, I've learned so much from just hanging out with you guys. Mm-hmm. Like when we, have like team dinners, or what was really cool about Portland for the longest time was like, we were all buddies outside of practice, right. And that was kind of something that was unique, because since then I've moved and played for three different teams, and we've always kind of had that family aspect, but like Portland, we'd go out, drinking, and before I drove,
we're a lot of friends, man. We're all a bunch of family, so
yeah.
It's pretty cool to you know, I mean, were you around when we were playing poker over at Ed's like every week? And, you know, we'd sit down and just play poker, drink beer, and
No.
you know, we'd run around and do all kinds of stuff. And I remember Max and Ed would always tell stories about, you know, before like Will and Seth came around and practices really weren't that much, right? They'd, you know, we'd practice, they'd get in a chair, push around for maybe an hour. All right, it's time to go get a beer. They'd go, you know, start drinking beer real quick.
No, but we need to the fuck is going on? Making sure this is still all right. No, we need to start poker nights again.
I would love to, man.
Especially like once the studio gets completed, that'd be like the perfect spot. We just
get a good poker table, a kegerator, and you're good to go.
Yeah, man, that might be something to consider. Get like a little tabletop for. I'll see what we can do, but yeah, I haven't played poker. The last time I played poker, fuck, it's been almost a year. Yeah, Pat and I had to go down to Vegas for a trip. We didn't have to, but I had one of those companion passes on like Delta that was going to expire.
Right.
And I was just like, oh fuck, we got to go down to Vegas real quick. And
yep.
We ended up just, you know, Pat and I are both really big poker players, so
yep.
We went down there and just that's all we did. Like Vegas now is so different than Vegas when you're 22.
Oh yeah,
dude. All I do now is I go there, check into the hotel, go right to the poker room, start playing, get hungry, and go eat. Like,
it depends on what you're down there for, right?
Dude, I don't even bother.
I went down there for a bachelor party about a year and a half ago, and it was still 21 like. But I've been down there, just, you know, done the other stuff too, and yeah, it's fun.
I don't even, dude. If someone invited me to a Vegas bachelor party, I would probably be the lame fuck who's like, I'd go hang out for a little bit. I'd go to dinner. Probably go to a strip. Definitely go to a strip club.
Why are you leaving Portland if you're going to a strip club?
But true. But dude, I would honestly probably either dip out early and go back to the poker room, or just dip out early and go to bed. Go to bed, dude. Like, yep. I appreciate my sleep way too much now. Where it's like, if I can get 7 hours, I'm
getting old.
I'm in heaven, man. If I can get if I go to bed and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna get 7 hours tonight. I'm just like, Jesus, this is nice. So, dude, what are the plans this summer as far as off-season rugby? Like,
I mean, we're still trying to have practices. You know, it's well, the problem is lining up everybody's schedules, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets a little bit busier in the summer. I mean, a lot of the guys have kids, so you know they got kid stuff going on. Kids are out of school, so I mean, we're trying to have practices on Saturdays as much as possible. But I mean, I've been out of town, and I'm going out of town again. So, but once we get everybody around, yeah, it's not really a practice. Just get together and scrimmage bullshit and, you know, have fun.
Yeah, just keep the rust off the chair
right.
and
exactly.
get your conditioning in. And I'm totally down if I'm ever in town and we're doing it. I'm gonna be gone the next 2 weekends, but I'm always down to bang. Like, it's one of those things, man. It just, like, over the summer there's not really a whole lot going on. I mean, we got the Low Point tournament.
Are you going?
I'm not going to be able to go. No, it's the same weekend. I'm planning on going to Malaysia.
Oh, all right.
But if the Malaysia thing falls through, man, I'm definitely there.
Yeah.
But, dude,
they just announced today that's finally they got the 6 teams, so it's definitely gonna happen. So,
you guys is Portland bringing a squad?
Yeah, I don't know who we're taking right now. I know it's me and Max right now.
Yeah.
And then we'll see who else we can pick up. I've been talking to a few people, so.
Well, I know the Oscar Mike guys are always down. So if they're not going to Malaysia with,
I might hit you up. I might need a 1, but
a 1.
I mean, I'll probably need. I don't know. I gotta talk to Robbie.
Yeah.
See if we need a 1.5.
Yeah. We got 0.5s. We got 1s. We got a 0 from Puerto Rico if you need them.
A 0 from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Old man.
Old Jose, man. He's
I
been.
could get Ed to come play if he had 0.
Yeah. Well, Jose, Ed's a great
Ed's a little
rugby
slow.
mind. He's just not very fast. Where Jose can.
That's the
scoot.
reason we call him the cone, man. He only moves if you move him.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's. I'm not knocking on Ed at all, dude. For as long as he's been playing rugby, he's earned that right to be that slow.
Ed's the man.
No, Jose's still a baller. You know, he's no Eddie Crouch, who's the best 0 there is. But
Eddie's ridiculous.
Eddie's been everybody, like any 0 that I know, they put their hours in.
Oh yeah.
And you just think about the wear and tear on shoulders for as long as those guys been playing and just pushing every day.
Being in a chair every day, man.
Yeah.
For being in a chair for 30 years, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm up on 11 years. You're what, at like 15?
I'm 15.
Yeah.
Hurting 03.
So you're not quite at your little 50-50.
50-50 is when I turned 30. When I turned 37.
Yeah.
Like on the day, it's 50-50.
And that's just like, dude, you think about that, man. It's just like,
I feel old.
Yeah. Well, dude, you're still killing it, man. Like, I'm so bad at like transitions and tangents, but
it's all good.
Let's get into a little bit, cause you're one of the few working quads I know.
I mean, there's plenty of quads out there that work, but
yeah,
a lot of them have more of a desk job.
Right.
I have my own business, which was I don't know. Sometimes I still don't know why I have to do it, but
dude, if you want to plug it, man, go ahead.
No, I mean, I sell real estate. I sell real estate in Oregon. Trying to get my Washington license right now. Hopefully I'll have it in the near future. And been doing that for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So
was that something that you knew you wanted to do, or how did you fall into real estate?
No, I was working sales for my cousin who owned a graphic company that made like graphics for like dirt bikes and quads and stuff, right? And then I started helping out my best friend's mom for she's a realtor, and I started helping her out doing like computer work and stuff for her. I'd go in, like once a week for a few hours and just do computer work for her. And she, kept saying like, Kip, you could do this. Kip, you could do this. So then I got my license, which was a pain in the ass. It's like the most stupid information that you'll never use again, ever. And then, take a test.
It's like taking the SATs.
Take a test and then forget it, right?
Yeah.
And it's just information you never use. But so I took the test, got through school, took the test, got my license, and started selling real estate. And I mean, I worked for my best friend's mom, Marie Tooney, for a long time. I've worked with her at John L. Scott for 3 years or so, and then I switched over to a new company called Jones Group. It's just me and like 5 other realtors we're just pretty close. So it's small, close knit group. And it's crazy to see kind of where it's come from. I mean, to be a quad, and then that's the craziest thing is like, to be a quad and be a realtor and not specialize in just handicap accessible homes.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks that, hey, how are you? You're in a wheelchair. Like, how are you going to show me a house with stairs in it? It's like, come on, I've been a quad for 15 years. I can figure out how to get upstairs if I need to. So, my mom is, she does all my paperwork and stuff for me. So she's my assistant. And me and her can get up most stairs, and if it's not, like a close friend, if it's a close friend, my buddies, they just pop me upstairs themselves. But, if I need to get up a few stairs, it's no problem. Yeah.
How often do you really have to go up a flight of steps though to show a house? Like,
every house in Oregon pretty much has stairs on.
Well, I feel like if the folks like aren't shady, I'd be like, just fucking go up there, take a peek.
You gotta be in there with them.
Oh yeah.
I try to get into every house, Plus, I mean, I want to see, kind of like what the house is. So,
Right.
if I have a buyer that is looking at the house, I want to give them my like expert opinion on, or my professional opinion on, kind of what the value is in the house. Is it overpriced? Is it underpriced? Kind of, what kind of things you need to be looking out for.
Yeah.
In your inspection, what kind of things you gonna need to be looking out for. When we're writing up an offer, how can we make it, as competitive as possible? Like, so I think it's important for all realtors to be in the house and looking at them with them.
What would you say is like has been the biggest challenge as, a paralyzed real estate agent?
I mean, for me, it's not anything for my disability. And I think most realtors say the same thing. I think the hardest thing about being a realtor is, working with other realtors half the time. I mean, that's kind of a knock. I can't believe I'm saying this on live air, but I mean, that's what
we're not live.
That's what it is half the time, right? It's working with other people, and you're always trying to reach the end goal of both people are wanting to either sell or buy this property, and I don't know, yeah, I'll stop there.
Yeah, don't say anything you don't want to, because
Right.
Even though we're not live, like I don't
No, I know.
like to edit anything out.
But no, it's I mean, that's the more frustrating thing is just working with other
Yeah.
realtors sometimes. I mean, every business has them. I mean, most realtors, 99% of them are great, but every once in a while you get the bad egg, and who knows if it's who knows what their agenda is, who knows what's going on, but it gets a little tougher every once in a
a
while.
little cutthroat, you'd
Yeah.
say.
It's not cutthroat. It's like, why are you doing it this way?
Or
That's
just a pain in the ass.
It's not how this is done. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't how this is done.
You're just a pain in the ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, or you feel like sometimes you're doing two jobs.
Right. Yeah, I guess that could be. I mean, that's like that.
I guarantee if you ask that question to any realtor, they're going to pretty much say the same thing.
Yeah. Do you see yourself doing this for quite a while, or?
I like it. I really do. I like helping people get into new homes. That's one of the best feelings ever. Is like, helping a family get into an awesome home.
Mm-hmm.
Giving them the keys to walk into their first home is a pretty cool feeling. It's a good job. I mean, I'm right now I'm kind of building. I don't know exactly where I want to go right now as far as if I want to like build a team or not, and how big I want to get. It works really well with rugby. I am able to set my own schedule, and so I'm able to get away for if we have a tournament in Phoenix, right? I mean, I can pop out of here on Thursday, get home Sunday night, and not having my mom that's a licensed assistant. She can show houses as well, or taking listings, doing anything that needs to happen. So it works well for my lifestyle.
Yeah, that's that always seems to be like one of the biggest obstacles with the rugby season is the folks that have to work regular 9 to 5s is planning out like their vacation days.
Right. And they use up all their vacation days, right?
Yeah, but I guess that's a testament to how much the sport really means.
As long as you love it, as long as you love the sport, like, you're gonna be good to go.
Yeah, man, it's one of those it's one of those things I always think about, man, like, cuz for me, like, I never wanted to work a so-called white-collar job or anything.
Me neither, man.
Just trying to figure out, like, man, if I wasn't in the position I was in, like, what the fuck would I do? And
I mean, that was my whole thing. Is like, my dad was a Portland firefighter, right? And so are 4 or 5 of my uncles plus 2 cousins. Like, they're all firefighters, and like that was definitely like the career path I wanted to go to after college.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't that, I would have probably like gone to be a police officer or something like that, or like try to get on with like PG or something like that. I liked hands-on active stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And
just something. And
being a desk job, I can't imagine that.
What I think I like about your gig is you're not in the office all the time.
Right.
Like, it's an ever-changing scenario.
Always doing something different.
Yeah, where each day you're going to a different part of town.
And it's always new challenges.
Yeah.
It's not repetitive. I really enjoy the negotiation side of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that a lot. And getting people into awesome houses is fun. I really like the marketing side of stuff, right? I mean, I really like, figuring out just how to market houses the best possible, how to reach, the most people possible, and reaching that, specific buyer that is going to be able to, afford the house, buy it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Speaking of marketing, you started a kind of a new little side gig.
Yeah, I mean, it's I started it for fun, but also just kind of like put my name out there as a realtor, just one more time.
Yeah.
I'm not pitching myself as a realtor.
Do you want to just
all it is mentioning myself as a realtor, but
let's backtrack a little bit.
It's called Left Coast Eats. You can get it on Facebook. I'm sure Tim can throw a link on YouTube or something underneath.
For sure. We'll plug you in. Links will be in the description.
And what it is I call it finding like local legends of restaurants, and we just go to different restaurants and test out some of their foods. Think diners, drive-in drives, gimp style.
Yeah, with more
in the Northwest,
more of a Portland twist,
right, in the Northwest. I mean, I call it Left Coast Eats because I plan on going outside of Oregon.
Yeah,
I'd really like to go up to Seattle to find some places up there, but I've only done a few episodes, and so it's just kind of building.
Where are you at now? You're at like 2 or 3 episodes?
I got my 4th one in the works right now.
All right, on.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I gotta go home and like do the sound over for that.
Oh, the little voiceover.
Yeah, I gotta do a voiceover for that.
Yeah. No, man, this ever since I started like creating content, man, it's just been it's been a fun little adventure, and just figuring out how to do shit, and just kind of like learning a different trade.
It becomes addicting real quick because you're always trying to figure out the best way to put stuff out, and like, okay, how do I get myself out there a little more?
Yeah.
How do I get a bigger reach?
Right. No, dude, you're doing I mean, the production quality of it's just fucking been awesome. Like
hiring a professional photographer or videographer, and a professional sound guy is huge. It makes a big difference.
Yeah. You can tell like I mean, you could watch like videos on YouTube where you're like, oh man, this guy really should have invested in a good quality lav mic, because you watch a video. I mean, you listen or watch my first two episodes of this show, and I was just like, fuck, like I just didn't know what I was doing. Got the just dropped a $200 on a mic I thought was gonna work. It sounded like shit. And then you just kind of invest in some better stuff, and you watch videos, and it's kind of like an ever growing learning process.
Oh, exactly.
And this show is not quite where I want it to be yet, and
it's always work in progress, right? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, that's like the Left Coast Eats. I mean, I'm always like trying to figure out the next best restaurant, trying to figure out how to ask better questions, how to produce the video better, like everything. So
yeah. Well, man, I hope you start cranking out some episodes, because it's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be sunny here pretty soon.
I need more people to buy houses, man, and then I'll crank out more episodes.
There you go. There you go. No, man. Let me know if you need any recommendations on like locations.
Oh, always, man. If anybody has like a recommendation of like an awesome restaurant that they love, like, yeah, feel free to just shoot it over to me on Left Coast Eats, and I mean, I'm always looking for other cool places. I have my eye on a few different restaurants right now, but I'd like to keep the funnel full.
Yeah. Well, we got to get you out. Like, I mean, Portland's just an awesome hotbed, and you could even just do, I don't know, 20 episodes on all the different food cart pods that we have. I would definitely do one on the Portland Mercado. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite joints. And
yeah, we took Roscoe there.
Oh yeah. I bet you he was in fucking heaven.
He loved it.
Oh, yeah, because they actually have a Colombian food cart. Yeah, and, I mean, they got a Cuban food cart, and like the Puerto Rican one's good, and they got a El Salvadoran one, and but man, like there's just some of the best like Thai food that I've ever had was from Portland food cart.
Oh really?
The white food cart, the white Thai food cart off of 82nd, and you know where Cartlandia is? Yeah, just north of Johnson Creek. Mm-hmm. That one, I mean, I think they have probably the best Thai food. I think
there's a sushi cart in there that's that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous to try sushi.
I want
in
to eat
those
it,
joints.
but Ashley ate it all the time. She loved it.
But like it kind of makes sense as long as they're like got the proper like refrigeration.
She would like drive out of her way to like go get this like, what is it, spicy tuna.
The spicy tuna roll or whatever.
Like a spicy tuna burrito.
Oh shit!
It was like she'd go out of her way to get that thing.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the advantage that food carts have is everything's got to be fresh.
Oh yeah.
So they can't like overstock on lettuce or chicken or anything. They have to buy it like as the day progresses.
Yep.
If they run out of food, they run out of food, and that was always a good sign. Is like, hey, we're out of chicken for the day. It's like,
right.
Okay, good, because that means you're not serving me, 2-week-old chicken.
That's nasty.
And that was always like, down south is like where the best barbecue is, and they, the best restaurants. I mean, they're open, and they close when they're out, and they'd have like a sign up saying, hey, we're done for brisket for the day. Like, we sold out all the brisket. It's like, well, that's a good restaurant because they make it, for the day, and when it's done, it's done. So you got to come early or pick something else. But it's no, man, I was really excited when I stumbled upon Left Coast Eats, and I was just like, fuck yeah, like another content creator, because
it's just fun, man. It's putting stuff out there, just yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy, I really enjoy like talking to different restaurant owners, and it's fun to just talk to people about business. It's fun to talk to people, just about how they built their restaurant, right?
Well, just
that's a lot of fun.
The background of a lot of restaurant owners is like, yeah, I used to be a.
I mean, I just did one at the Verdict, right? And like the background history on like that building is crazy, like in Oregon City.
I know it's an old historic building.
That's the oldest. That's the oldest commercial building in Oregon.
Yeah, well.
And then like there's all kinds of like background things in there. That'll be the next video. Check it out. It's a.
No spoilers, no teasers.
You'll see it. It'll be good.
Damn. Because yeah, the Verdict is. I mean, it's not too far from here, and the whole downtown Oregon City area is just
gonna blow up, man.
Dude, it's changed.
Well, their remodel. That's one thing. Like with like being in real estate too, you're kind of like watching out for like the next hot areas, and this isn't financial advice, but yeah, I think Oregon City is like definitely one of the up and coming places in Oregon. They're gonna redo all the waterfront, and they're gonna add in big like walkway and like breweries and stuff right down there. And I mean, not only was like Oregon City like one of the top like main streets in the USA, but now
it was voted the best.
Yeah, now they're adding to it. Like it's gonna be pretty cool.
No, it's one of those things. It's cool to see. I mean, I've lived in this town for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we're coming up right up on 20. But it's one of those things. It's always cool to see because you always want to see your town kind of progress and grow up. But then it's at a point, it's like, man, when does this shit get too crowded? Because that's my only.
I think they're doing it right though, right? They're not going big.
Yeah.
They're just making it nice.
Yeah, they're I don't want to use the word gentrification because nobody was really using the downtown area,
right?
Or especially like where the mill is and everything. Like, I mean, what the hell are we gonna do with an old paper mill?
Yep.
But yeah, they're kind of giving it the like the Pearl District treatment where it's like
I would say they're giving it the Pearl District treatment. I mean, the Pearl's gone into high. It's gone into 30 floor apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Or I mean condo buildings, but they've done it right, and they're like they have a lot of like mom and pop shops with like some awesome food and some pretty cool like little bars and some nice little like mom and pop shops. It's well done.
Yeah, I'm cool with it as long as they keep like the urban growth boundaries where they're at
away from you.
Because I like being out in the country, and I like having property and no neighbors and no traffic. And, it just I mean, we both grew up in the Portland area, and just seeing it grow has been. It's been cool because Portland's on the map now, but at the same time, it's like I don't want it to take me an hour to get to the airport.
No,
They
gotta do something about our roads, but that's another topic.
Yeah, but it's one of those kind of like bittersweet pills that you just like. Where else do you see that's like growing?
I mean, Milwaukee is it's kind of going like crazy right now. I mean, Oregon City is pretty big. I mean, those are like the two, like I think they're the two like up and coming like places.
Yeah. Milwaukee, huh?
Yeah.
Because I almost went to Milwaukee High School, and that was just like, damn.
Yep.
Because that place used to be just the fucking hood.
Yeah, now it's moving out more towards me.
Yeah, dude. That's the crazy part. It's just like
keep pushing it out, man.
It just keeps moving on out, and it's just like, eventually, I don't know. I think eventually things are just gonna just mellow out. Like Californians are gonna find another spot to just go infest, and
I don't know, man. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
You talked to Spencer lately from Boise?
I mean, the same thing's happening over there, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's getting big right now. That's because everybody from over here is moving over there because all the Californians are moving to Oregon. So all the Oregonians are moving to Idaho. That's what's happening.
I'm always on that like quest to find a piece of hunting property, and it just with the way things have been going, man, I'm just like, God, I got to keep looking further and further east, and now I'm looking at some property out in like northern Idaho, but even that area is starting to blow up, so I just like want to find that piece of land to just have, like I don't want to ever get rid of this house because this is a good spot, but just to have like a nice little retreat, you know what I mean? Just to have like a little getaway cabin or something. I think it'd be cool to have, but that's gonna be like further down the road. And, I mean, it's just gonna be who knows, man. I don't ever try to make plans anymore because everything I ever think about doing, just things change every 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
That is so true, man. Life throws curveballs at you all the time.
Yeah, man. Let's see, where can we go from here? Oh shit! Speaking of summer plans, are you doing a Hood to Coast again this year?
Yeah, actually, this year I'm doing me and a buddy that I've done it with for a long time. We're actually been talking about trying to do a 6-man team for a long time. So instead of 12-man, and everybody doing 3 legs, we're doing a 6-man team with everybody doing 6 legs. So it'll be like 33 miles average.
Do you want to explain for the listeners?
So
who don't know what it is?
Hood to Coast is it's a 197-mile relay. It's normally done between 12 people. You start at Timberline Lodge and you end in Seaside, Oregon.
Which Timberline's on Mount Hood,
right?
Which is about 60 miles east of Portland.
I don't know if it's that far, but yeah, it's about that far.
About an hour drive.
Yeah, it's probably that far.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you start at Timberline, you run down the mountain, and it's you have a handoff every about 5-6 miles, and you hand off to the next person, just a relay all the way to the beach, and then it'll take us about 30 hours to do it with 6 people, and then we'll just go party in Seaside.
How many of those have you done? Because I feel like you've done it every year.
I don't know. I've done a lot of them. I can't even remember. I've probably done like at least 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into. We don't use like any company or anything like that, so we don't always get in. But we did the Cascade Lakes one last year because we didn't get in, which is real similar, but just on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's I think there's like 1,200 running teams and like 500 high school teams and 500 like walking teams. So, when you put all those teams together with everybody having 12 people, like it's a lot of people. And you get back into the roads in Mist, Oregon and stuff, and it's all just packed. It's you're all backed up. People are running from 3 miles back from their exchange to get to the next exchange, and it's a blast.
You're doing that on a hand cycle, right?
Yeah, I do it on my hand cycle. I'd like to get a racing chair. I do it in a racing chair. There's no way I'd do it in a rugby chair though. It's just,
why the hell would you want to do it in a racing chair?
It's I'd build my own racing chair.
Yeah.
You forget I have the jack of all trades father that we just build our own. But I'd build it so it'd be just like basically the same seating position as my rugby chair, but then with just like one like big wheel out in front.
Yeah.
Instead of having those tiny casters rattling me to death.
Yeah, I'm signed up to do the Oregon Summer Marathon. I'm gonna do that in my rugby chair, and we'll see how that goes. Be the longest I've ever gone.
Is that the Savi's Island one?
No, it's out in Banks.
You should do the Savi's Island, man. It's flat.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's on 4th of July. I'm gonna do that.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm doing that one.
In a rugby chair?
No.
Doing a full though?
Yeah. It's a lot flatter. I did the Portland Marathon last year, and the only problem with that was getting up over that bridge.
All them bridges and shit?
No, it's only one bridge. What's the big white bridge?
The big white bridge? The Fremont.
Yeah.
Yeah,
getting
the big arch
up
bridge
to it. Yeah, getting up to it.
Oh yeah, that's
like
a motherfucker.
That was so long, man.
That's
I like it was crazy. So I was going, and I'm like, little under like 3-hour pace. The cool thing about marathons is they have pace runners, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have a pace runner out there holding the 3-hour sign, and he'll finish at 3 hours. And then a guy, 15 minutes behind him is holding 3:15 sign, and so on. Goes back to like 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm going, and I'm ahead of the 3-hour like time. I hit the hill getting up to the bridge, and slowly cranking up it. And here goes the 3:15. Here goes the 3:30. Here goes the 3:45. Here goes the 4 hour. Like all within a half a mile.
It took you an hour to get up.
Getting up this stupid hill, man. It was the slowest crank ever. Like I didn't think I was gonna make it up it.
Your arms must have just been dead.
Yes and no. I mean, I was fine, but it's just not having triceps to get over the top.
Yeah,
like that was the hardest part. I can pull for all day right here, but getting over the top without triceps it's a pain in the ass.
I never got into hand cycling, man. I got
you
one.
Should come out to you should come out to the PIR, man, and ride around. It's fun. Like we do that in summer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Like, they let us come out there. I think it's on Tuesday nights at PIR, and it's a cool, flat, no traffic, all hand cycles, just out there.
I want to start
hanging out.
I want to start cranking in one.
You just have like an upright though, don't you?
Yeah, I got one. Well, I did that because I wanted something that was easy to transfer in and out of.
Yeah.
But have you seen the Lasher all-terrain hand cycles?
I mean, I'm sure I've seen them, but
yeah,
I don't know the brand name of it.
I want to maybe check out one of those.
Yeah. Are they a 2-wheel in the front or 2-wheel in the back?
It's 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Mm-hmm. It's got they have a suspension model. It's got full suspension on all 3 wheels. But that's kind of more what I want to get into is kind of more like nature riding, trail riding.
Yeah. That was the coolest thing about the Cascade Lakes run, right? Mm-hmm. Is that for a lot of it, like you're out in the middle of the sticks.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the first leg, I did the first leg, and it was a leg around a lake, and it's like on a paved trail, but like you're just out in the middle of the woods. And like when I really started thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I haven't been out like in the middle of the woods by myself, like listening to all these smells popping up. And all these like birds, and you're hearing all kinds of shit, and I'm like, man, I've done this like 15 years. I haven't done this since I broke my neck, and it was like really enjoyable.
Enjoyable. The last guest I just had on is a good buddy of mine. He's a para. He's a big hunter, and he was just talking about how he just got back from a hunting trip out in the woods, and it was him and Jeff DeLeon.
Yeah.
They just went out and do a little bear hunting, and they just kind of minimalistically camped out there. And I was just asking him how all that worked out, and he was just like, man, I fucking love it, just getting back out in the woods and just being in nature again.
That's something I'd like to get into. Is like I'd love to get into hunting too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about getting out there though. Just having the equipment all set up to be
Yeah.
able to get out there.
Well, man, if you ever want to borrow my track chair and I'm not using it that weekend, you're more than welcome to.
Have you been out hunting?
Yeah. I went out in 2016 with a guide out in Eastern Oregon.
You shoot anything?
I didn't personally shoot this deer. We were tracking it down, and I just got back from the road and wasn't really super prepared, and all I had was my AR-15. So I took that out, and wasn't really the best gun for it, because what ended up happening was I kept snagging the charging handle on my clothes, and it would rack the bolt back just a little bit, but enough where I wouldn't even notice, and then I'd go to shoot, and the bolt wouldn't be seated.
Yeah.
We ended up two of the guys we were with, they got 2 elk, and then we got a little 3x3. So we just chopped up all the meat and split it up. And,
nice. I need to go hunting down, and my sister lives in Colorado, and they have they have so many antelope, it's just insane. Like where she's at. I mean, I could go out there and get an antelope tag pretty easily, probably.
Yeah, well, dude, we should look into that, and I could bring my trailer out there.
It'll be fun, man.
I'll try to round up another track chair for you, which I'm sure ain't gonna be hard to do. And dude, it's a freaking blast. I mean, we didn't. I mean, I didn't get to shoot anything, but it was still
just being out there.
It was cool being out there in that part of Eastern Oregon, and just driving around in the track chair and just going up grades that you're not gonna do in an everyday chair. You're not gonna do it in a any off-road manual chair.
Right.
But just getting out into the quietness of the great expanse, and just
the smells too, man.
Yeah.
The smells are what got me. It's like, holy crap, this is crazy.
Or even just, I mean, we saw plenty of just different herds of deer, and then just elk, and watching just little prairie dogs pop up, and just taking it all in, dude. It's just a really cool experience, and for anyone that hasn't experienced anything like it, man, I would recommend just get out there and just camp. But no, how we get on that? We were talking about racing.
We were talking about Hooded Coast.
How many miles do you think you're clocking when you're doing the Hooded Coast?
I mean, this year I'll do probably around like 30 something.
Yeah. And that's like 5 miles at a time.
Well, I won't probably do 5 miles at a time. I'll probably do more like 10, 11 miles at a time, because I'll probably do back-to-back legs.
Yeah.
Just because then I don't have to get in and out twice.
Yeah, I was going to say that makes sense.
And it's just easier. I mean, my plan is to not have an accessible car. So it just be my buddies just toss me in and out of the van.
Yeah, because you guys try to get it like a full-size van.
I want a Sprinter van this year, so if anybody knows about a Sprinter van that I can borrow for the weekend of August, I've been looking for a while, and they're impossible to find, but yeah. The and then how many marathons have you done? I've only done 2 of those.
Yeah.
I did the Portland one last year, and then I did the Eugene one just about a month ago.
Nice.
And I did 0 training.
Yeah.
I seriously got on my bike once, and then just went out there and did it. That's exactly what I was kind of looking for. Just kind of like, going through a little bit of a hard time in my life, and I'm just like, let's just go just punish myself for a little while.
Are you like listening to music or anything? Or
nope.
You're just
go
out there
and do it, man.
Yeah. What sorts of things are you thinking about to like take your mind off of the physical exertion?
I mean, I don't really think about anything. I'm always just racing people.
You just hit the zone, and
I'm just always got to catch the next person in front of me.
Yeah. That's what I was doing when I did my my little half marathon in Vegas. I was just like, I mean, I popped in some music. But
you're doing that one again, aren't you?
Yeah, man. You want to sign up?
I should, but
We're not. It's not too late, dude.
I should.
We got a good team. We're doing it.
Only if you'll play poker afterwards.
Oh fuck yeah! We'll do before, after, maybe even during, dude. I don't know. But yeah, no, we're.
Are you doing the half or are you doing the full?
I'm doing the half, but in the rugby chair.
Right.
And
I could probably do that in my rugby chair. That one, I could do half in my rugby chair.
We're not going for time or anything. No. It's gonna be just a nice easy pace. I mean, when I did it in 2012, my time was 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Again, I trained for the half marathon by doing a half marathon, like at my indoor track at the gym, and I threw a 20-pound medicine ball on the pick bar, and I had my training mask on. I was just like, all right, let's just go do 13.1 miles now, and you can do it, and it's gonna suck, but come race day, you're not gonna have the 20-pound ball, you're not gonna have the mask, it's not gonna suck as bad, so you'll be fine.
Embrace the suck.
But exactly. But this year we're doing it. I forget how many people we got signed up, but I think there's like 6 or 7 gimps doing it. But we're all gonna, and I should probably figure this out soon. But once everyone gets registered and all, we're gonna draw cards, or I'm gonna pick a name out of a hat, and we're gonna dress up as Mario Kart characters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna make a little event out of it. Just, maybe turn it into a fundraiser. Something like that, maybe for St. Jude's, one of those charities. But yeah, dude, it's not too late. It's a great time too, man. I mean, you get to go.
It's like a rock and roll marathon. Like
that's exactly what it is.
You got bands like every mile.
Yeah, and it's at night, and you're on Las Vegas Boulevard pretty much the entire time. So it's the only
plenty of eye candy walking on the sidewalk.
Oh fuck yeah! I probably could have gotten a sub 2 hour time, but it's like when you find a group of college girls dressed up as Playboy bunnies, you're gonna take it off. You're gonna take a mile off and just kind of coast and
hang out,
draft. You're gonna draft.
That's awesome.
But man, it was a good time. And then the after party was always fun.
Oh yeah. Did they have a big one? Like, is it like just a big after party?
Yeah,
that the marathon puts on?
You get little drink vouchers. Where was the official one? I think it was at like the Venetian. It was at the Venetian or the Bellagio, one of those upscale
swanky places.
Yeah, one of the swank hotels. But it was a good time, man. It was I had a blast. What we did was I did it by myself. My mom was down there as like support staff, and she met me at the finish line, and then afterwards we went out to Chinatown, and there's a all you can eat Korean barbecue joint. Nice. And dude, I just destroyed maybe like 3 or 4 plates of just beef ribs. Nice. Just threw down. I was post race protein. I was just like, let's feast. And then we went out to the Bellagio and was out there till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. It was pretty late.
Playing poker?
No, we were drinking. Yeah.
I thought you just said that you don't do Vegas 21 anymore.
Yeah, this was 2012. That was 7 years ago. I was still in my 20s.
All right.
I'm only I'm gonna be 2 years into my 30s soon, but
that's crazy, man.
Dude, it's been a wild ride, dude. It's never had plans to make it past 30. Like if you would have asked 21-year-old Tim what you're going to be doing in 30, I'd been like, fuck if I know.
Right. I mean, who knows, man?
Yeah, it's
like 40. What are you gonna be doing when you're 40?
For me, shit. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe have a family. It's gonna go either 2 ways. I'm either gonna be just a full-blown family man, because that's like not what I picture myself doing at all. It's like settle down, wife, kids, dog, all that. Or I'm gonna be doing the Chris Cook approach and just be a bachelor for the rest of my life.
Right. Just be a scuba man. Go to scuba. Move to an island.
I don't know if I have to move, but yeah, just become like a scuba connoisseur.
There you go.
Play rugby and talk about the old days.
Right.
Tell them about the. I don't know. What are some good rugby stories we got?
Oh, I mean, you posted the CP fights the other day. That was hilarious. I watched that video and just started dying.
Yeah.
But dude, we have to make that a tradition, like either .5 boxing or CP fights.
Oh shit! I heard about .5 boxing.
I've never seen it, but I think it'd be.
I don't know if.
I think it'd be awesome.
I think it'd be fun. I don't know if anyone would actually want to watch it.
Oh, dude,
Did you ever see the video of me jousting?
You ever see the video of Jake jousting?
Yeah, he got jacked. No, I'm gonna post that
Who'd you
here
joust?
pretty soon. I legit we were out in Bali and the guy was showing us like the Indonesian stick fighting because they do like wheelchair stick fighting over in Indonesia. I guess stick fighting is like a pretty big sport. He had these little 2-foot long sticks, and me and my buddy Joel were like, "Hey, let's joust." And dude, I mean, the fucking guy's a 1.0, and he just probably has like 40, 50 pounds on me. Fucking, by the time I was able to raise my little stick up, he caught me. I mean, dead on kill shot right in the sternum, bent me back over and fucking landed right on my head.
That's awesome.
It looked bad. I hope my mom didn't see the video because she's not gonna ever let me travel overseas again. But
well, you're gonna post it, so.
the CP fights, man. I was able to pull that off of an old YouTube channel.
Oh really?
that I had from way back in the day, just on a personal account. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta repost this.
That was so much fun, man.
Hopefully, nobody gets mad at me because
No.
there was wasn't like any controversy behind it, but there was a lot of rugby celebrities in it, and then whatever shit happened. Like what? We figured it out. How long? That was 2011. That was 8 years ago.
That's crazy. Yeah.
8 years ago, dude. Like
That's nuts.
But no, dude, that was back when I don't know if rugby's change or if our circles change and we don't get invited out to the parties anymore. But I don't think anyone's doing shit like that at nationals anymore, dude.
I think it's all become a lot more competitive.
Yeah,
Right.
it's gotten too serious.
Yeah. No. I don't know if I like the seriousness. I like the competitiveness, but there's also a time to have fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Like at the end of nationals, it's like,
yeah,
it's over. Unless you're on the U.S. team and you got shit to prepare for, why not have a little fun?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what's kind of missing right now is like, it seems like there's like teams that like don't get along with each other, and there's players that just don't get along and don't want to hang out. Where I don't know, when I was coming up, everything was a blast, man. I made so many friends on other teams, and I don't know if that's like just my unique experience with the thing, but
No, I think it's everybody, man.
yeah, it's like
I mean,
it's awesome having friends from.
I mean, everybody likes everybody except for maybe a few people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not getting invited out to the parties anymore, but it's
I don't think they're happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't
Like,
think they're happening.
I don't know. It's kind of sad, except for, you know what? Where it does happen is the freaking low point tournaments.
Oh yeah, that going to Reno, baby.
I know, man.
It's actually talking to Jeremy about that today. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be a good time, especially because, dude, and I might have to slide you like $100 bill before you leave and have you put down a bet for me, because that's one of the best times, or that's one of the cool things about the Reno tournament is it's like right before football season start, and you can oh shit, I might have to slip you 200 because that's like that'll be before the next World Cup.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put some money down in the World Cup. I'd put some money down in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
who are you betting on?
I'd have to look at the odds. I think what is Seattle? Are they like a 20-1?
I don't know.
Man, let's talk a little football.
What are you betting on Kansas City?
That's,
Although they don't.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
one.
I mean, if Tyreek Hill, like, he's having his BS,
Yeah.
and they got rid of
Tyrann Mathieu.
They got rid of Hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, Kansas City, I think they caught fire. Kind of shit the bed right there at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Wonder what the Saints are. I mean, I'm all about the odds.
Oh yeah.
You know. I'd have to look at the Saints. The Rams, man. So I hate to say it, man. As a Seahawks fan, like the Rams should be the clear favorite to win that division. It's all about looking at the path that they have to take to get there. And it's like, can Seattle beat them twice?
Yeah.
Probably once in the house,
Yeah.
but then what's Seattle gonna do?
Yeah.
You know?
See what happens.
And I didn't follow, dude. I've been the worst sports fan the last 2 years, but I haven't followed the draft and the free agency, so I have no idea what's been going on.
I think Seattle's they'll surprise us.
Yeah, they make the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs.
They should. It's gonna be I'd have to see what their odds are of just winning the division, because that might be just
Yeah.
If it's anything more than like an 8-1 or a 6-1,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I'll take that. Like Rams, dude, they get fucking injured.
San Francisco's gonna be a lot better this year too.
I think San Francisco's odds of winning, at the last time I looked, I want to say I saw San Francisco up ahead of Seattle.
I mean, Jimmy back, that's gonna be big. We'll actually see if he can actually play.
Yeah.
See if Chris.
Yeah,
Cook's,
we didn't really
see if Chris Cook's contract was worth it.
We didn't really get to learn much about him last season.
Nope.
Just got injured way too early.
Yeah.
What'd you think about paying Russell Wilson that much money?
I'm fine with it. If you read the contract, it's pretty well written.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty favorable to the Seahawks as well. I think he needs to be more like Tom Brady though, and I mean, the best player on the New England Patriots are Giselle.
Right.
She makes all the money, so Tom doesn't have to take as much, and they can win championships.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Russ, man, you got Sierra. Like, you don't need all that money. You got a woman you got a sugar mama. Like, take a little less money, win our championship.
That's one thing I never understood about like pro contracts is like the you're making most of your money off of sponsorships.
Oh yes, I mean that's like Dame
and endorsements.
Right? That's like Dame. I mean, I think Dame gets like $10 million a year for being endorsed by Adidas.
Yeah.
Right. And now he's gonna be making what 26 or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like, why not take the pay cut?
Right.
And build a team around you.
Dude, win a few championships, you'll be making so much money for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
But hey,
yeah,
I'm not the one in that position.
Either am I.
That it's easy to say, yeah, don't take $10 million extra a year for me.
Yeah.
But if I was actually put in that position, $10 million is $10 million.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not a businessman at all, and I'm sure someone would have figured it out by now. But to me, it makes sense. And like, put yourself like in Kobe Bryant or LeBron James's shoes. Dude, if you won 4 or 5 championships in a row, you're going to get endorsement deals with anybody you want. All the blue chips. I mean, you're going to get Nike. You're going to get Rolex. You're going to get, Jaguar.
But when you're talking about guys like LeBron and Kobe, I mean, they get that anyway. Right? But, like, I don't think a guy like Dame is going to get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if Dame goes and wins.
If he gets a dynasty.
If he goes and wins 3-4 championships, then they can start talking about that.
Yeah.
Right?
So
he's got to have. I mean, I think he has to have another superstar around him. That's. I mean, CJ's great, right? But the big thing is like, I mean, you look at Michael Jordan, right? What's crazy is like the first like playoff games of Michael Jordan's career, he was 1-9, and then they got Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Right, and then they got Scottie Pippen, and then they went on a run and won all these championships. But so. That's most of the big teams. That's most of the winning teams out there. It requires 2 superstars to really make runs at things.
Minimum.
Yeah, I mean Kobe and Shaq, right?
Yeah.
Like LeBron and
even
Wade and Bosh.
Kobe, Shaq, and I mean I'd even throw like Derek Fisher in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a future Hall of Famer.
Lakers. Come on, Pat.
Yeah, Mr. Flip Flop. I keep giving him shit because I'm like, dude, now that San Francisco sucks.
Pat is Tim's dad, if you
Yeah.
doesn't know.
He's also one of the worst sports fans. He's pretty much Team California, so
Yeah.
it's whatever California team's doing good, he's gonna jump on that wag.
Is he all Golden State right now?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
Come on, man.
he
You can't-
doesn't even.
You can't root for the Lakers and Golden State.
He doesn't. I don't even think he can name 3 players on the Lakers. But I keep giving him shit because I'm like, dude, your Niners are like fucking horrible right now. When are you gonna jump on the Rams wagon? But dude, it's sports is one of those things, man. It's just like I don't know if it's just me getting older or just been too busy, but I don't invest that much time in it anymore. You know, and it kind of sucks because like, dude, like fucking I love like Ducks football.
Oh yeah.
I watched maybe 1 game last season.
Here's some sports for you, right? Did you know they just tore down and are rebuilding oh god, now my mind goes blank. The track at Oregon.
Bowerman.
Yeah.
Bowerman.
No, that's Bowerman Field. Anyway, their whole track facility, they like, tore it all down and rebuilding it for the Olympics or for the Olympic trials. And I'm like, man, I was down there for the marathon and going by it, and I'm just like, man, I have so many memories from like state down there and like going to like the Prefontaine Classic when I was a kid with my grandpa and sitting in like those old like bleachers, and they like tore it down. I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
How come you never got back into track?
Come on, man. I'm a slow quarter.
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, I don't know how the like classification system works.
I don't think they have a classification system as low as rugby is. I think you'd be racing against guys like Will.
No.
Yeah, I seriously, I'm not sure, but I don't think there's that big a classification system. Like it's not like
I thought
rugby.
there was more. I thought they had like 10.
They do, but it's all. I think track is. I have no idea, but what from my understanding is that it's all disabilities, right? So they have classifications for like all disabilities.
Yeah.
But like the actual like quad, like
I gotcha.
like classification is very minimal.
Yeah.
Right. They don't break it down into 0.5, 1, 2.
Yeah.
They don't break it down from like no triceps, a little bit triceps, full tricep, right?
I need to find a local track star and get him on the show to explain that a little bit more, because dude, I think
who's that kid that he was at Dave Douglas when we were in high school? He's a local track like guy. He was a track star when I was like in high school when I was throwing in pole vaulting.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
He's a quad or is he?
He's a I think he's like spina bifida.
Oh,
but he's fast. Or
Yeah.
Craig, get Craig on.
who's Greg?
Craig, is an amputee, and he did. He was like he like went to Olympics and track and stuff.
Oh shit.
He's older now, but he's out at the biking stuff all the time every year.
All right.
So come on out there. There's tons of guys out there.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Is I need to build my community here, because I mean, I got into rugby 6 months after the injury.
Right.
That was pretty much it. I was just like, I'm gonna just go all in with rugby.
Right.
Didn't even bother doing any other things, and
Yeah.
got recruited to go do table tennis, which I thought was kind of weird because I didn't ever play it. And
Come on, man.
I think, yeah, exactly.
You need to go play bocce ball.
Well, I think the coach looked at me and was like, "Oh, there's a quad. He's Asian and he's got long arms. Probably pretty good at table tennis." I was just like, "You racist fuck." And I don't know. I've never tried it, so he might be right. Like it might just genetically be ingrained that I'm just
You
a
take
table
paddle to your
tennis.
hand and start going.
Yeah, and it's one of those indoor sports you can do anytime.
Yeah.
Bocce's not that bad, man. I played at the vet games. It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's you ever played like shuffleboard?
Yeah.
It's like shuffleboard, but full size, and you're throwing the
Dude,
ball.
I'm terrible at shuffleboard.
Yeah.
Without triceps, man, I have to do. It's a punch, right? It's
Yeah.
Not a toss. It's a I just punch the things. And
Yeah,
go
dude,
flying
there
all
was a
over the
shuffleboard at that brewery we went to in Happy Valley.
place.
There was one over by the bathrooms.
Was there?
Yeah, the second place we went to.
Oh, the second place. Okay. Yeah.
That was actually the pizza joint.
Yeah,
The brewery
yeah.
was first.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pizza joint had a full-size shuffleboard. And
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've always thought about getting one of those. But that'll be down the line.
There you
Maybe eventually turn the pole barn into like a party barn and throw a shuffleboard out there.
Look at you, man. You're saying you're not 21 anymore. Now you're turning your barn into a party barn.
Well, different kind of party. More like a game room.
Right.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Have like, fucking bunch of old man sports out there. Like, get the shuffleboard out there because it's still fairly quad friendly.
Yeah.
Get a pool table out there.
Yeah.
Dude, watching you, this was way back in the day when we were going out and going to bars all the time, but watching you play pool inspired me to start shooting pool.
I haven't played pool forever.
Dude, it's fun, man.
Yeah, pool's fun.
We'll have to do a bar night and get out and find a joint that has like free pool.
We got to take Justin out for his birthday, turning 21, June 10th.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna be out of town.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Are you guys actually? When is the 10th? Is like isn't that
It's like a Monday.
That's
or
a
something.
Monday.
Whatever.
Huh.
Don't matter.
You know what though? If you got,
He's been talking about it for. Like,
I'm not even gonna offer this.
He's been talking about it for months.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna offer this because it's gonna get crazy. But I get back into Portland on June 9th.
You're coming out.
At like 11 o'clock.
Perfect.
But I leave for Columbia at 5 a.m. on
the 10th.
On the 10th. So if you really wanted to, we could meet at a bar
down
at
by the
midnight
airport
at like Cascade Station. And I could drink with y'all for a couple hours.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Jesus. No, that's a terrible idea. But when we get back, or when I get back, yeah, man, I'd love to take that kid out.
Yeah, just always been talking about smoking cigars.
You want to smoke some cigars, dude? Okay.
I told him he had to talk to you.
When I come back from Columbia, while I'm in Columbia, what I'll do is I'll get some. Oh, dude, I just realized he can't buy tobacco.
No,
because it's 21 here now.
Yeah.
So fuck it, I'm gonna say it on air. Yeah, I'm gonna smuggle back some like Cubans when I come back from Columbia.
Yeah, the good shit.
Yeah, but no, for sure. Yeah, well, I'll get a couple cigars if he's thinking he wants to try out a couple cigars. Maybe
that kid cracks me up, man. He he is so funny.
Maybe
that's one of the other coolest things about like I don't know. I mean that's one of the other cool things about having my own business is being able to like help out a kid like that. It's
yeah,
fun,
dude. No,
like get him into the gym and be able to help him out a little bit. That's like one of the most rewarding things out there.
Yeah, no, man. When I saw him at Clackamas Community, and he was just getting along on his skateboard, I couldn't help but think of the story of how Riley Bat was discovered.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, I gotta go talk to this kid. I think I was getting ready to go to class, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, if I'm late, I'm gonna go track this kid down.
Yeah.
Started going after him, and he starts scooting away on his skateboard, and I'm trying to keep up, and I couldn't get his attention.
On that thing, man.
Dude, he hit just a slight hill and was gone. I couldn't catch him.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. Hopefully I see him again.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 weeks later, I saw him waiting for the bus or the shuttle, and I was just like, scooted over there real quick. I was like, hey, don't fucking go anywhere. Don't go up hills or anything. I just want to talk to you for like 2 minutes. And
always out on the watch for like the next rugby player.
Yeah.
I saw a guy at Triple Amp down the road, man, running down the road, and I was going the opposite direction. I turned to you, right in the middle of the road, just turned over, like pulled up right next to him and just started talking to him in my van.
Yeah, one of the tips that I learned from one of my buddies is he's like, dude, you need to just start going out to like basketball tournaments.
Yep.
like go out to like local basketball tournaments.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, all it takes is just bring in one basketball guy over, and then he's gonna be like, hey, there's another guy I think.
That's what's ruining rugby though too. I mean, I talk about it, but it's all about winning right now. But man, it needs to go back to a quad sport.
It is and it isn't. For a guy like Justin, it's gonna be life changing for him.
No, I agree. But it's like, I mean, it doesn't hurt us, right? It doesn't hurt the low pointers.
No.
Like everybody bitches about it, but for the low pointers, it's awesome because you throw two freaks out there, and you gotta have two low pointers out there.
Yeah.
The guys that's killing, man, it's like
it's the deuces.
Oh, it's not the deuces. It's the quad threes and the quad through fives.
Oh yeah, those
guys are screwed. Chance, right?
When you're classing out legitimate, C7, C8 quads that have too good of hands, but shit core, zero legs, no sweating, no temperature regulation, but you got a guy who's got nubby little sausage fingers, full core, full hips, and then you make him a 3 or make him a 2-5. Now they're making him 2s.
Yep.
It's like shit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to find that. I mean, well, Sweden's got that 1-pointer, who's got like this. I don't know what the fuck he's got, but he's wicked fast.
What's that new kid for Australia too? I mean, there's like a new quad amp for Australia. Did you see that kid?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he a 2?
I don't know what his actual class
chair.
is. I don't know what his actual class is. I think he might be a 2 or a 2.5. But yeah, eventually they're gonna find like a 0.5 who's got like, I don't know, little fucking nubby arms.
Just sit him real low.
Yeah, he just sits low and just pushes with his shoulders. But he can toss the ball up and headbutt it. Fucking to the 3-point line.
How's he gonna toss it?
With his fucking nubs.
You just said his nubs are at his shoulders, man. He ain't gonna be able to reach the ball.
Stick him. Just reach down there and just pop that shit up. Headbutt it. Fucking goes, 3-point line accurately. You'd be like, well, fuck. I guess we're gonna go play bocce now.
Yep. What's that Japanese sport that's like the basketball kind of sport that only like the 0.5s can get in like the inside circle?
Oh yeah, Chan was twin basketball or something.
I can't even remember, but
yeah,
he always talked about the things like Kip, you'd be perfect for that game.
That's what Chan.
You're a low enough function to be in the inner circle.
Chan was telling me, dude, he's like, dude, like guys like you and Kip would be fucking superstars, dude.
Man. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why I haven't brought it up on the podcast, but losing Chan
that was
one
crazy.
of the most shocking moments.
Oh, I learned a lot of my. He was one of our imports for a long time.
Yeah,
and he was
staying with me.
Yeah.
The years that were for the years that I was on the team.
Dude, he was one of the biggest, like, most knowledgeable people with rugby I've ever been around, and I mean,
rugby.
He taught me so
life.
much. He taught me so much with rugby.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
Yeah, it was
sad to have him go.
It was one of those really just unfortunate surprises that you just because I talked with him a week before he died.
I was in BC.
Yeah,
I saw him a few days before he died.
Yeah, I was actually trying to get him on the podcast while he was he was going to come down for the Portland thing, and I was like, dude, let me get you on the show, like pick your brain a little bit about what you've been doing and what you're going to do after the retirement. And only a couple of days later I heard about that, what had happened. I was just like, oh fuck, and it's that's kind of what inspired me to just really start doing this show. Was eventually people are gonna just it's when it's time to go, and fortunately things that end up on the internet last forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, if I would have just been able to do a show with Ian before he died, we would have had something to always listen to. And that's kind of one of the motivating forces of me just continuing to do this show is like, I don't give a fuck if I only ever get 100 subscribers.
Right.
I appreciate every single one of them. And, eventually we're just going to have this catalog of
awesome people.
Yeah, exactly. Just people that are out there doing things and making a change. And then, obviously, like, you and I are going to be friends for forever. And I want to get you back on the show as often as possible. And we're just going to be able to look back and be like, oh, shit, like, we're talking about getting a sand rail. And now Kip's got, 2 sand rails.
I wish, man. I hope so.
We go ripped it. You will. You know you will.
It's just gotta happen, man.
Well, let's start a GoFundMe.
I'm not doing that. That's not how I roll, man.
I know, dude.
Dude, so here's another like educational moment for gimps out there. That's one of the biggest things like that I've noticed with, just being able to provide for myself and have my own business. It's been one of the most like rewarding things out there. And I know like a lot of people are like scared of like getting off of like Social Security and like scared of like, getting off of like Medicare, Medicaid stuff. But the thing is like once you start doing it and once you figure out a way, like it's so rewarding and it's so cool to be able to do it. And, people, they get scared of that, but then once they do it, it's like a whole new world opens up to you. And, it's just all about just taking that jump and put some faith in yourself and make it happen.
That's what I liked about, when I met Noah and he was telling me about Oscar Mike, and he's like, dude, I don't want to be another one of those like charity cases and just be a veteran and putting my hands out there and expecting people to just donate money. Like I want to go out there and I want to sell, T-shirts and American made apparel and earn it.
Right.
It's
exactly. I mean, it drove me nuts being on like, Social Security and getting hands out, and then it took a big like jump. I mean, like everybody knows, once you start making a little bit of money, they take back, 50 cents of every dollar that they give you. Right. And then they start, when I went in and got off Social Security, it was crazy. I got to go into the Social Security office. And this lady, I sat down with her and like I said, hey, I want to like get off like SSI or whatever. And she's like, what? She's like, why? Nobody wants to get off this. And I'm like, no, I'm done. Like, I want to be able to like go do whatever I want to do. And she's like, well, I've never had anybody ask me that except for one other person, and it was another quad. And like, everybody else like gets stuck on it and they get scared of, getting off that support. But then, once you do it, it's just so rewarding.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not working. So what I like to try to do is to not feel like a leech on the system is
I mean, dude, you're not a leech, you're in the military, man.
That's
a whole different thing.
You say that.
No, that's a whole different thing, man.
But there's people that are in the same position as me and they're collecting that pension. And all they're doing is they're fucking, they go out and they buy a house, they turn it into a fucking party mansion, and they just, every fucking day, they're getting blasted off of all sorts of substances. And it's like, for me, the way I try to justify this kind of second chance at life that I was given is, I like to give back, and that's why, I'm a volunteer for Oscar Mike and try to help out there as much as I can. And, when I go overseas, that's all out of my own pocket. And I'm always trying to bring, sports equipment and find, everyday cushions and tubes and tires and gloves and tape and anything else I can round up, straps. And
oh, dude, I mean, you do a lot of good work, out traveling the world and like introducing rugby to different countries, and like that's pretty cool, man. Like, I mean, there's not a lot of people that are able to do that, and it's awesome that you take your opportunity to be able to do it.
Well, I'm in a position where I'm able to do it, but I don't do it for any benefit other than my own. Like it's one of those things that it is a really rewarding feeling. I mean, I was just over in Cambodia in last November, and that was a trip that was completely paid out of my own pocket. And went there with my mom, and we got with the Bali Sports Foundation, and we were going out to different like rehab institutes. And dude, when you see how quadriplegics live over there, and you're looking at, I mean, literal wooden wheelchairs with no cushion or just a thin little pillow for a cushion.
I can't imagine even. I don't. I'm sure most of them don't survive.
They don't.
Yeah,
dude.
Most of them don't survive.
Yeah, and I was just like, that was when we were in Bali. There wasn't a single quadriplegic on the team, and I was like, hey, where's all the spinal cord injuries? They're just like dead. Yeah, like they don't make it. Yeah, and if they do, they can't afford or go anywhere
unless their parents are loaded.
Yeah, they're just bedbound, and I was just like, god damn, like no matter
we live in a lucky place, man.
No matter how bad like people here think we have it, like it's nothing like it is overseas. And just going over to like Cambodia and introducing them to a sport that is gonna take off. We're gonna find ways to get them the equipment and get the infrastructure for them to be able to, even if it's just getting together once a month. Yeah. Like if we can inspire like that one person, like, hey, I ain't got shit going on 29 days out of the month, but I got rugby to look forward to. Yep. And that's going to, hopefully inspire him to start, working out, and just hopefully inspire some change. And then, that might be the spark that lights the fire that gets that program going, and then it starts taking off, and they start developing more teams, and it's going to be an uphill battle, but it's one of those, like, if you don't fight for them, like no one's going to. So that's kind of, I don't know, it's been my little I was on Team US for that 1 year in 2017, and got bumped up in classification. Just been trying to figure out what I want to do afterwards. Obviously, 2020 is still on the table. I'm still getting invited to try out, but it's eventually down the line, once the competitive side is over, it's like, how am I still going to be involved in the sport? And I'm still going to help out with like the all veteran team that I have. Yeah. But I think my true passion is just helping the developing countries
promoting
overseas.
The sport, man.
Exactly. It's just promoting the sport, but also promoting adaptive sports in general.
I mean, that goes right back to like where we were at, like, at the beginning of this podcast. I mean, I think, any sport is just so important for people in any situation. Getting people out, get them into the community. It's huge.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a good way to wrap that up.
Sounds good, man.
Kind of went full circle. Yeah. We've already hit like over an hour and a half.
Cool. So, well, thanks, man.
No, bro. Thanks for coming on, dude. Yeah. And we'll definitely we'll plug Left Coast Eats in all the descriptions.
It's all good.
Dude. I'm all about supporting creative content, especially people that are paralyzed, and I like the unique channels where it's not just, hey, look at me, I'm in a wheelchair, and this is
out doing normal shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like not trying to promote your gimpness. It's just about just living life.
This is what I do, and
live life.
Yeah, that's I don't know if you ever get the chance to go to Australia, man. Watch some like of the late night television, and they have like shows on there that I should have looked this up, but there's one talk show that's kind of like John Oliver or like the Old Man Show, and the host He's a left leg amp, and he's got like a Riley Bat type character on his show.
Oh wow.
It's like, but it's perfectly normal, and
Yeah.
he's had guests on there that like CP, and just the way disabilities are portrayed overseas is
You know what we should do?
really different.
We should make a Jerry.
We should go to Australia.
We should make a Jerry Springer of Gimp.
Jesus, dude, I know
that
so
would
many
be-
characters.
That would be like, dude. That'd be one of the best shows in the country.
Oh, that'd be a fucking mess.
People would, what do they call it when they go watch like all the episodes? They'd binge watch the shit out of that.
I think we start with
We all have enough. We all have enough like life experiences and bullshit that happens in our life.
I think we start our CP Fight Club first,
Oh,
and we get that sanction. And then we see if that can take off.
nah, I think we do Jerry Springer, Gimp Jerry Springer.
Well, you can be the host. I definitely know some big guys we can get on as the Steve Wilco type guy.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Glad you had fun. We'll do this again soon.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next time.